Brian Thomas Jr. had a rookie season to remember last year. Almost 1,300 yards and 10 scores earned him a Pro Bowl selection, and today we're watching exactly why and how Brian Thomas has earned the respect amongst the league as one of the top receivers already in the game, and he is just getting started. So we're going to hop into some film review. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get this thing rolling. We have a few clips here of BTJ from this past season, starting off with this sweet slant route from BTJ scoring on this Jets defense, and we're going to see immediately the type of player that this guy is. Keep in mind, 6'3", 4'3", and the way he moves is just second to none. So we'll watch the first clip, just a nice 1-2 jab, inside, slant, touchdown. Let's break it down. And the one thing you'll notice about BTJ, he has an elite release package. For being his height, his stature, he is absolutely incredible. And the fluidity of his hips and the ability to move his upper body, his shoulders, and his head with his release work is absolutely incredible. And it shows you why he succeeded so early in the NFL. So we're going to break this down step by step. I love how he closes the distance with the DB to start. Gets right into him and gives him a 1-2 jab. Look at the head and the shoulders. 1, following his feet. 2, at this point, the DB's cooked. Flat-footed. He's in the back pedal. Loses his balance. And then the explosion off that instep from BTJ really gains this yard of separation. And for Mac Jones, this is an easy read, right on the numbers, and he carries it through right into the end zone. Just a sweet route. Very simple. These are the basics. A 1-2 jab off the line of scrimmage, extremely lethal, but it works, man. This is the NFL, and sometimes the simple things work. You see 1-2, bam, bam, he's out. That's a touchdown, and that's a good sign from BTJ, right? Moving that height with those hips, with that upper body, amazing. Now we're going to check out a completely different route. We have a form of a dropout comeback here. So he'll be at the bottom of your screen. And just look at that deceleration work, right? I mean, you want to talk about a guy that is speed-oriented, right? 4.3 speed. He's got the burners going downfield, and we'll see how they utilize him as a downfield threat later on in these clips. But just appreciate going 100 miles per hour and the ability here to snap it down. Look at the stride. No change in stride length. He's 20 yards downfield. No change in stride length. No change. Pad level stays the same. Boom, snap down. Watch him come out of that. Yard of separation, and he gets upfield. The yak as well is there with BTJ. And what you appreciate about these bigger guys with a lot of speed is their ability to slow down on a dime. It's the drop of the hips, and they just collapse and get out of the break as soon as possible. And again, it's very detailed. Like I said, look at the stride. Nothing changes. Pad level stays the same. At this point, if you're a DB, you know who BTJ is. You've watched film all year on this guy cook DBs downfield. The only thing you can be thinking is he's going deep. He's selling fade. And as a receiver, you're a salesman, right? You sell the DB exactly what he wants until it's not. And right here, it looks like a fade. And you watch it full speed, immediate snap down, nice hands, way to get upfield. Let's watch it one more time from the top, and you'll just appreciate the speed and the deceleration work here. Stride length, pad level, bam, 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 bam. He's out of there. Just another great route. He's a route technician, and you can appreciate that. You appreciate that. I appreciate that. So just another really impressive play by BTJ. Now we're going to take a look at this really sweet post and great finish from BTJ. And I will say, we've already looked at 3 clips and 3 different routes that have been executed with precision and accuracy. Tells me one thing about BTJ. He's a do-it-all receiver. And they got Travis Hunter now in the receiving room, so they'll complement each other really, really well. But you can really rely on Brian Thomas Jr. to do absolutely everything in the playbook. Fades, slants, digs, outs, posts, comebacks, curls, whatever you want. They factored him in the run game. I mean, he had almost 90 receptions last year. He was taking jet sweeps, end arounds, all of that jazz he does, right? He's really a do-it-all receiver. And you'll see it here. So, Christian Gonzalez, obviously one of the premier corners in the league. He's got him in outside shade, which is perfect for your post route. Now, you see BTJ at the bottom of your screen here again, lined up close to the line, in tight. Oftentimes, that's probably signaling potentially an outbreaking route. You're opening yourself up for some space. Give him a rocker step inside and get out to the sidelines. And what BTJ does really well here, and we'll play the full clip, is he understands the leverage of the corner. Takes off, and just an immaculate finish with Gonzo's hands right in the catching lane. So you'll see, off the line of scrimmage, again, speed, right? Driving. Knees like pistons. At the top of your screen, outside release dig, he's drawing these 2 defenders in, which opens up room over the top. This is an easy read for Trevor Lawrence. You'll see, at this point in his route, BTJ understands the leverage of Christian Gonzalez and uses it to his advantage. He's opened up, but look at the room he's creating. And what he's going to do here is use his stem. He's attacking vertical here. He's going to use his stem and sell outside here with his shoulders and his head. Look at the change in the upper body here. Keeps Christian Gonzalez far outside, opening up all this room. He'll plant off that instep, and immediately that change of speed gets vertical past them, and that 4.3 speed, unmatched. And honestly, it was a good recovery by Gonzo. It was a great recovery, but when you have a great stem in your route, explosion of speed, and great finishing skills, it's really difficult to cover you as a receiver. Very, very difficult. And just the understanding of the concept, right? They tie these defenders in over here, leaving the room over top, and the rest is history, right? The rest is history. BTJ goes to work, and again, just a phenomenal finisher at the catch point. With Gonzo's hands all in his face, he's able to do it. He's able to do it all. Now, these next few clips here, it's going to be a string of plays from a later game in Tennessee, or against Tennessee, pardon me. I think it was week 18. And I'll tell you this, right? And you hear it a lot. Football is chess. Football is a game of chess, right? As a receiver, you're a salesman, and you have 60 minutes to play with the mind of your DB and really exploit him and his weaknesses as much as you can. And starting off the episode, we talked about BTJ's ability to work off the line of scrimmage with his release. As a receiver, you want to make everything look the exact same. The exact same until it's not. It's always fade until it's not. Every release you pair with one another, the exact same until it's not. And this string of plays will show you exactly why BTJ succeeded last year at such a high level. All right? We got him at the bottom of the screen here. This is early in the game. Late first quarter, early second quarter. He gives him a hezzy, releases outside, fade ball. Great finish at the catch point. Phenomenal finish at the catch point. Watch the rep. Closes the distance with the hezzy, lulls him to sleep, takes off, and he's got it over the top. At this point, the DB early in the game has seen the hezzy release with BTJ matching it with a fade. He's paired it with the fade. Later on that drive, a minute later, what does BTJ go to? Hezzy release, sticks him outside, releases inside slant, first down. Football is a game of chess. He's shown him two very, very similar releases, exactly the same. They look exactly the same off the start here. Closes the distance, hezzy. This time, plants, thinks he's going deep, sticks him, hard stick. Upper body, shoulders, head, hips. Plants off that instep. DB has no chance. Slants inside. That's an easy completion. Falls forward. First down. Football is a game of chess. He's shown him the same release with two completely different looks, and the DB's tied up. So what do you know? It's late in the game. Fourth quarter. They move BTJ into the slot. What does he go to? Hezzy release, outside, fade ball, touchdown, suns him. And that's it. It's as simple as that, right? It was the same release, two of the same routes, a slant route thrown in there, and it keeps the DB on his toes. Look at the way the DB plays this, right? Closes the distance with the hezzy. Right here, look at him honoring with inside shade the slant that he got beat on earlier on in the game. And with that, in the red zone, BTJ says, see you later, takes off, bursts off that instep. It's a great ball, and once again, a phenomenal finish in the end zone for a touchdown. And sit down, you're below me, right? So, again, pairing your releases together is something BTJ does phenomenally well. He is a phenomenal release receiver with great speed and the ability to snap down, and he shows the DB exactly what he wants until it's not. And by that point, he's too late. Now, my final analysis on BTJ, after watching all the film, there's definitely room to improve. Right? I think that he was almost a non-factor in the run game last year. Looked a little disinterested when blocking. I need him to be a little bit more engaged because more times than not, his DB was either in a position to make the play or making the play in the run game. And that's really what builds the full receiver package. And there were a few times I thought he didn't finish routes, especially on hooks, curls. He broke down, but he wasn't coming out of it at full speed. And I get it. It's a football game. You're tired. But I think as time goes on, he can build efficiency in his routes where every single route is at the same speed. And there's no drop-off from one route to another. But I think overall, looking at the season, obviously a success. Almost 1,300 yards, 10 scores. He's a generational talent. And they talked about Marvin Harrison. They talked about Malik Neighbors. He was really kind of the third guy. I think he's right up there with them now. After what we've seen, after the season he had, I applaud Brian Thomas Jr. for what he's done, and I'm pumped to see what he's got in store for next season. You better bet we'll watch him all through next year and do another film breakdown as the season continues. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. If you love this episode, let me know who you want me to break down next. I'll do receivers first. It is my specialty. I want to give you guys the best content possible. And as always, I appreciate y'all. Peace out.